Okay, what is going on, everyone? JustSaiyanZ here, and welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are all staying safe, and I hope you guys are all doing well. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a full breakdown, giving you guys my full review on the new DLC that came out for Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, the Power Awakening DLC Pack 1 that features Super Saiyan God Goku and Vegeta, and the battle against Beerus. Now, some of you guys are already aware, I did a full live stream of that specific DLC on the channel, so please go check it out. It was very successful. It was such a great live stream. I hope you guys please go check it out and share your thought about it in the comment section below. But anyway, what you guys see on screen right now, I'm just going to go ahead and explain what this DLC actually is. So as you guys can see, however, please keep in mind that this DLC episode does not follow the story form from the movie. Rather, it has its own original settings and will mainly focus on battle gameplay. So many people are kind of unaware of this, for the fact that this DLC, Bandai Namco and CyberConnect 2 intention in this DLC was not going to this DLC to make a full story similar to the Battle of God story and the one we saw in the movies and the anime. And another quick thing I wanted to mention too, both Goku and Vegeta does indeed have brand new attacks, with Goku having a God Kamehameha, which is actually red. I know on the screen right now it looks blue, but it's red, and Vegeta having God Heat Flash. Pretty much it's the permanent flash from the movie and the anime from the Broly movie. And another interesting thing too, guys, that we also discover in this DLC is that both Goku and Vegeta are confirmed to be pretty much confirmed not to be new characters. They're the exact same characters that's already in the game. Now though, that was one of the biggest misconceptions that was going around the community. People were stating or were giving their opinion that Goku and Vegeta will be new characters, but turns out these guys are not new characters. Rather these guys have new costume, but they're not new characters. They have brand new costume with new transformation. Now, another big thing, I have another big issue that I really faced in this DLC when I was playing it, is that Bandai Namco promised us that Goku and Vegeta can take this form, or can use the transformation and take it in the main story and use, and we can also use this new outfit that we're wearing. Because if you guys look at some of the new screenshots that came out for this game before the DLC were released, there was screenshot around of Goku fighting Raditz in his new gi, and Vegeta fighting Dodoria in his new gi, also while they're both in the Super Saiyan God form. But in this game, you can indeed use the transformation. If you go in the time machine right now, go back in time and play the story mode, you can indeed use the Super Saiyan God form in the story, but Goku and Vegeta will revert back to the old costume that they were already wearing in that specific arc in the story mode. So that was very disappointing. I was very angry about that, and many people that were watching the live stream wasn't really happy about that either, because Bandai Namco wasn't really honest with what they were actually giving us, because they pretty much blatantly came out and stated we can use this form back then, and we can also use the outfit, that the new outfit Goku and Vegeta is wearing now, we can use that back then. Because in the screenshot, like I mentioned, you can see Goku fighting Raditz in that specific outfit, and Vegeta fighting Dodoria in that specific outfit also. So that was very disappointing. Now, moving to the next one, guys, one of the biggest things that I was very surprised on in this whole DLC is the battle against Beerus. Now, there was information that came out. I made several videos about this already on the channel. The Bandai Namco came out and they even posted this on Twitter. They said the fight against Lord Beerus was going to be very difficult, and many people already knew about that. So that was something I was going to this fight was hoping to get, and that's what we end up getting. The fight against Beerus is actually 3 stages to that. The first fight against Beerus will be at level 100, and the second fight will be Beerus will be at 240, and the third fight and the final one, where you get to fight him multiple times, Beerus will be 250. Now, one of the interesting things I want all of you guys to also know going into this DLC is that you need to the fight against Beerus and the training with Whis, they all go in one together. So while you're training with Whis, the next training section against Whis, you will not fight Whis, you will fight Beerus. So that's another interesting thing too. And each time you're completing those training with Whis, you are actually getting a lot of XP, and you're unlocking you're going to pretty much unlocking new stages to the Super Saiyan 1, 2 and 3 form, and at the end of the training you will eventually get the Super Saiyan Gold form. And another big thing too, Goku and Vegeta will also fight against Lord Beerus 2-on-1. I'm sure you guys already know about that. I make several videos about it, a lot of screenshots about it already in the community. But one of the biggest issue I have with the Beerus fight, I really did not enjoy, is that this fight against Lord Beerus, especially the final fight against Lord Beerus when he's 250, is that you cannot use an item against Lord Beerus. So for those of you guys who may be wondering going to this fight to fight against Lord Beerus, thinking that you're going to use item or healing item to heal your character while you're fighting Beerus, that is a no-go. You cannot use any healing item against Lord Beerus. And the crazy part is, even when your character is at the max level 250, Beerus is also at 250 also, and he is very, very difficult. The fight against Lord Beerus is very difficult, and that is something quite a lot of us really wanted to see in this game and wanted from Beerus. But the issue I have with this fight is, I don't care that Beerus is difficult. I care that we cannot use any item while going to this fight. And the fact is, Beerus attack can do a lot of damage, and every attack you give Beerus, you do less damage than he does on you. So that makes the fight very, very annoying and very difficult. Beerus can easily one-shot your character with 2 hits, and that's very bad. Like, one super attack will end you. Even if you're at the max level, he will end your character. Now moving to the next big bonus point I actually enjoy from this DLC is the Sacred Water item you can get from Whis' training. So when you train with Whis, each training section you unlock an item called the Sacred Water. There's 3 versions of the Sacred Water: the normal Sacred Water, the super supreme Sacred Water, and the ultimate Sacred Water. Now each of the Sacred Water you get XP from it. The first one you get 500 XP, so you have to be level 1 to level 50 to be able to use that XP, to be able to use that Sacred Water. And the super Sacred Water, you have to be level 50 to 100 to use that. And the final ultimate Sacred Water, you need to be level 200 to 250 to be able to level up your character with that Sacred Water. Now the Sacred Water, you can actually get quite a lot of XP from it. It's the easy way to level up your character for those of you guys who want to grind to get the max level. Whis' training, once you're doing it, you don't really need to train with Banyu, because his training you can get quite a lot of XP from it, and it's very rewarding too. So that's one of the best and most fun part from Whis' training. Now another big thing too, in this DLC you can also get a sub story that you can actually trigger while using Vegeta with the Oracle Fish, and that's a very, very fun story. You got to unlock the Super Saiyan God form. And another big issue I have with this Super Saiyan God form being in this game is the way you actually achieve the form. You don't get to see them actually, you don't really get to see any cutscene of you unlocking the form. You pretty much get a little snippet screenshot of all the character gathering to give the character energy to unlock the form. For example, in the anime we see Fidel actually playing a big part in giving Goku her energy because she was pregnant with Pen to unlock the Super Saiyan God form. But in this game, in Kakarot, Trunks is that character that will take the place of Fidel in this game. Instead of Fidel, now we have Trunks. I don't have any problem with that, but the issue I have with that is the fact that we don't get to see them giving the energy. All we see is the little screenshot, and then the character transform into Super Saiyan God, and that's it, and you get to fight Beerus. That's one of the big issue I have with this. But overall guys, this DLC is good. It's not a great DLC, it's not an amazing DLC, it's just okay, it's fine, it's nice, but it's not the best. But another thing guys, before I end this video, I'm gonna rate this DLC a 7 out of 10. I'm not gonna give it a 10 out of 10 because there's quite a lot of issues that's already wrong with this DLC. It's not the best, but it is what it is. The gameplay is decent, it's really fun, especially the fight against Lord Beerus is very challenging, it's very, very entertaining. But let me know what you guys think about this DLC. If you guys know right now, not many people have it, but I was one of those fortunate people because I live in Australia. I was able to play the DLC before everyone around the world. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. My name is JustSaiyanZ. Guys, have an amazing day. I will be seeing you all tomorrow, guys. Peace out.